going on, TOR youth? Back here with another word for you guys. So let's just hop into a quick prayer and that we can get started. Lord, thank you for allowing us all to just tune in to receive your word, Lord, just to be fed by you, Lord. For those gathering here today, just let us all be open-minded to help receive this word in your name. In your name we pray, amen. So, welcome back all you guys, and for those new people coming in, tuning in, welcome. Glad you can make it. So what I want to talk about is something hopefully some of you guys can take away from, and it's strength. And who better than to talk about strength than Samson? So Samson, he was a Nazarite, which means he is going to, what a Nazarite is someone who makes a specific sacrifices to serve God in a special way for a certain time. But the cool thing about Samson is that he was dedicated before he was born. So that was going to be his life. His whole life he was going to be a Nazarite. And the trait God gave him was strength. He was physically strong because that's what God gave him. And God used him to fight off the Israel's enemy, which is the Philistines. But however, Samson didn't always obey God, or his parents for that matter. He liked to do things his own way, just to do things the way he wanted to. And because of that, he was a bit bumpy. And because of that vow he had as a Nazarite, he couldn't shave his head, so he always was going to have long hair. And as he grew up, again, he didn't obey his parents or God. He do things on his own. However, God still used him to fight off the enemies to protect the Israelites. But again, he did things on his own way. He didn't really put his whole trust into God. He wanted to do things on his own because he was proud of his strength. He's saying that was his trait. He used that on his own. So he tried to show off and do things on his own. So after that, he turned away from God and his vow, which already starts that downhill spiral. Because he turned away, he went off on his own, and he met someone. He met Delilah, a Philistine woman, and the Philistines are the enemies. So that's already, strike one right there. And he fell in love with her. And soon all the Philistines found out. And they reported back. That's when the ruler of the Philistines came up to Delilah and said, find out his weakness. Find out how we can hurt him. Find out how we can damage him. And I'll give you 1,100 pieces of silver. So, of course, she goes and does just that. It was a no-brainer because, again, she is the enemy and he is in Israel. So it was already like a no-brainer decision for her. So she goes up to him after he comes back from doing his own thing. And she asks, what makes you weak? Which off the bat should be a red flag for everyone. Because if someone's asking you what makes you weak, and you know that they are part of the enemy, you shouldn't stick around after that. However, Samson, being stubborn, he did just that. He stuck around. However, he did lie to her. He said, what makes me weak is tying 7 bowstrings around my arms. So he falls asleep after, and Delilah goes to the ruler, gets the 7 bowstrings, comes back, ties up his arms. She then yells out, the Philistines are attacking. Samson gets up, rips off the bowstrings from his arms, and defends the village from where he's staying. She then says, you lied to me. Tell me what makes you weak. He then says, brand new rope. Tie that around my arms, and I will be weak. So she does that again. Goes to the ruler, gets some rope, ties him up. Same thing. Philistines are attacking. So he gets up, rips off the rope, and defends himself against the Philistines. So at that point, it should already be a huge red flag. You're telling someone you love what makes you weak, and you're waking up in those situations. That should already be a red flag for you to just get out. However, he stays. And he says, all right, braiding my hair into a loom, I will not be weak and I cannot move. So again, he falls asleep, and she braids his hair into a loom against the wall and yells out, the Philistines are attacking. So, again, wakes up, gets up, rips off the loom from the wall, unbraids his hair, and then goes and attacks. At this point, she starts guilt-tripping him, saying, if you really love me, why aren't you telling me the truth? You're making me look like a fool. Which, little tangent, why would that matter? She's the enemy. Why does she want to know what makes him weak? and then you're waking up in those situations. He should have gotten out. However, he didn't because he loved her and he tells her the truth. He says, cutting my hair will make me weak and I will lose all my strength. So he goes to sleep, and wouldn't you know, he wakes up bald. Has no more strength, can't defend himself against the attacking Philistines, and he is taken prisoner and is made a slave. And while he's being a slave, they gouge his eyes out, and he's now being made fun of. And while he's in this whole torture, being made fun of and a slave, that's when he realizes his strength did come from God. His strength was a blessing from God. So he asked God for forgiveness, and God did. He forgave him. And with that, he got his strength back. God blessed him again with the strength. And again, his Nazarite vow was to attack the Philistines, and he did. And in this final work he did for God, he killed more Philistines than ever in his whole life. What I hope you guys can take away from this is, God blessed you guys with a certain trait. He blessed you with something, whether it be courage, the ability to speak in public, ready to guide others, anything. That's what God blessed you with. You just need to know how to bring it out. And especially during this time where everything is pretty much all over the place, it's always good to stay strong and keep your head up. Because yes, the world isn't perfect at this moment. However, you guys can help it out. You can just pray to God, saying, God, just help me. Give me this courage. Give me the strength. Give me the wisdom. And he will bless you with it. He will show you the trait he gave you, and then you can use it. But remember to always thank God, because he gave that to you. He helped you control it. Whether you're a huge mathematician, or a literary writer, or some scientist, he gave that to you. So always remember to go back at the end of the day, say, God, thanks. Thanks for giving me this trait. Thanks for giving me this ability. Thanks for giving me this talent. That way he knows. That way, and you know, you're building your faith with him. You're building up with him. That way you can feel closer to him. That way when someone is asking for trouble, you know how to guide them. You know how to help them build their faith. You know how to help them the way you ask help from God. That way, when they get closer to God, they can bring someone else in. And again, the snowball effect. They start bringing more and more people. That way this church fills up. So always remember, you're never on your own. God is the one who's in control. He gave you that power. He gave you that strength. He gave you that courage. It's always good to just thank him. Never be too proud or to have too much of an inflated head to say, I did this on my own. It's always good to thank God for all your achievements. For all those graduating, congratulations. Always remember to thank God for helping you get through these 4 years of high school or the 3 years of middle school. And if there's college students watching, always thank him for helping you get through, your university, for helping you get to where you want to be. So now you have a bachelor's or a master's, and now you can go out into the real world and have the job of your dreams. And just always remember to just thank God for what he's done for you. So we just hop into a quick prayer to end this off. Lord, thank you for just gathering us here today. Thank you all for just giving us a certain trait that you know we have. Just allow us to all bring it out. Give us the courage, the strength, and the wisdom to know how to use it in your name. That way we can continue to grow your kingdom. In your name I pray, amen. Thanks for watching, guys.